Hello, hello, and welcome back for a little spring cleaning as we prepare to shovel yet another pile of shattered alien corpses out of yet another harvester in Perfidious Pete Plays XCOM The Long War. Why all the shovels, you ask? Well, since we've already captured our quota of Muton elites for the mission, as you can see by our sleeping friend over here, I really don't see any compelling reason not to switch over to full grindhouse mode at this point and really make these alien bastards regret their decision to try and hone in on our turf. And in the interest of providing these green and gray punks an object lesson, I'm cutting the reins. I'm letting this team loose. We're going to let them release the crazy-ass monkey shit lunacy that they ordinarily keep so tightly bottled up deep inside themselves. We're going to let it all out. And I'm predicting by the time this mission is finished that the inside of this ship is going to look a lot like Ichi the Killer spent a night in the Slovakian youth hostel from Hostel. It's going to be a mess, and I'm telling you, shovels are going to be required. So, without any further ado, I say we whip out the boot blades, throw a few ridiculous roundhouse kicks at some aliens' heads, and splatter this place with more high-pressure arterial spray than a Dexter Morgan wet dream. So let's get to work. Now, when last we left, we had some slight alien stomping noises coming from over in this direction. Not sure what it is. I'm thinking possibly thin men based on the footsteps we've been hearing. But we were gearing up to do sort of a double door kick. Kind of go down the middle, but also sweep this area and make sure it's clear. So in the interest of doing that, I'm going to take one more turn just as a kind of a precautionary setup. We're going to get old Jaden Smith and probably... Who else can lend a little support over there? Anybody good? Well, Kathy Z, of course, is going to be over there. But, ideally not exclusively Kathy Z. Nicki Minaj is probably too slow. Sir Sidney would be ideal. We can have Sir Sidney and Jaden dash out that door with a little dual overhead shotgunnery action. And I know you're saying, Pete, shotgunnery isn't a word. And you're right, shotgunnery is not a word, but god damn it, it should be. It really should be a word. Shotgunnery. It just has a lovely ring to it. Add it to your vernacular, folks. I say we make it part of the common parlance of the American culture. Now, since we've had stomping noises from this direction, I really don't want to round this corner necessarily until I sort of have an opportunity to sweep this area and make sure it's clear. So let's not do anything too terrifying. We're just going to take a couple little baby steps there with El Tigre.
Roger.
And I don't want Hugh Jackman looking around that corner, really. Not yet. We're just going to step him up, put him on Overwatch. Overwatch for Kathy Z as well. And Chris the Surgeon Brown is sort of our floater here. Not really entirely sure what to do with old Chrissy. You know, as our medic, I think probably our best bet would just be to make sure he stays in a relatively safe position, but in a position to provide some emergency support, you know, if necessary. That's kind of his job, emergency support. So we'll bring Chrissy out there, just put him on Overwatch. Let's see what Team Aliens got in store for us this turn, if anything. They gotta be feeling a little demoralized after the sort of nice beatdown we've given their two premium units. They've lobbed 3 pretty hefty pods at us, and we've smacked them all down with what is effectively, you know, not really much trouble. So who would we like to have? Oh, okay, first things first. Somebody open this door. Sir Sids, why don't you take a peek out there? Just make sure it's safe. Is it safe, Sir Sidney? It is absolutely not safe. So we do have some thin mints over there. That's a problem. Alright, so we've got Seekers and Thin Mints. That's troublesome. We don't have a whole lot of fire support over in that region. And that Thin Mint is going to be able to snipe the holy living shit out of us as long as one of those Seekers can see. So we really kind of need to dedicate ourselves to killing the Seekers. Problem with that is, of course, they're cloaked. So, you know, that's going to be a bit tougher than ordinary. I don't suppose you could perhaps get a battle scanner over there, could you, McBeef? I mean, is it out of the question? Seems fairly out of the question. Let's bring you down here next to Huge Axeman and try that throw again. See if maybe we can't get a little more arc on it that'll get it. That's about the best we're going to do. I think that may be good enough, though, in the long run. Let's see. Alright, so Chris Brown, not exactly setting the world on fire, but he didn't let us down. Alright, Sydney, what can you do? If we send you out there, I mean, you could be a pretty effective little plug for us, Sir Sydney. There's no question about that. Nicki Minaj might even potentially be able to get a shot here. So we're going to do a little bit of shifting. Nicki cannot get a shot. Alright, well, there's that. So let's send Kathy Z out She can be our bulkhead, our stalwart, if you will. The thing that keeps everything insane. Oh man, that's not good, Kathy Z. Alright, what kind of shots have you got? Not fantastic. I mean, clearly not the worst shots we've ever seen, but also they're not really anything to write home about. And I gotta say, a 62% hit percentage, I was hoping for a little better performance. You are one of our better shots, Kathy. I mean, when it comes to fine shooting, you're sort of what we've got. Alright, so we get a flank shot at something. What? Specifically. We have a 31% chance for a flank shot at a thin min that there is no fucking way we can possibly hit. We have 0%. Yeah. Alright, so this is actually very bad. We should probably, in all honesty, just fall back. Jaden Smith has a terrible chance to hit. Oh man, if we had only picked Jaden Smith up there, we could have panicked that guy. That would have been much, much better. Much, much better. So let's get Jesse James. Alright, we got to start moving units over in this vicinity. I'm very worried about crossing that corridor, though, for fear of popping a pod. And I don't want to have to fight this pod and then whatever other thin men were lurking down in this area. So I think we may play this conservative. So Sydney's just going to... He's going to take a step back. Jaden, I would like you to get out there if you... Jaden can see one thing. Sorry, this is not a One Direction song, and the one thing Jaden can see is sort of not the one thing we need Jaden to be able to see. Also, I can't help but notice that, well, Jaden has a better shot than I would have expected, in perfect honesty. You know what? Jaden has in his zone. Let's see if we can get some kills here. Maybe we can whittle these... Nope, not a single one. Jaden with a nice big miss. So we're going to put Nicki Minaj on Overwatch, then. El Tigre, buddy, we kind of need you over there. Why am I almost certain this is gonna... Ugh. Screw it. We gotta get Tiger over there. Tiger, come on, buddy. Fuck me, I knew that was gonna happen. So what is Mechtoids? Oh, great, the Mutons are coming up and around right by our other troopers. Fantastic work, Tiger. Nicely done, bud. Real glad I brought you on the mission. Thanks for contributing. Strong performance. Other things that have generally positive sounding yet entirely negative demeanor. So let's see how the Seekers react then. So now we've got Seekers, Mutons, and I believe I saw a Mechtoid back there. And when I say I believe I saw a Mechtoid, I absolutely saw a Mechtoid. So this Seeker's going to do nothing but have a seizure, which is fine. We probably should encourage someone on the alien team to maybe jam a wallet under his tongue. This is no good at all. So Jaden Smith taking 4 damage. That seems a little high from a Seeker, and I got to imagine we're going to get that again. Somebody's on Overwatch. Oh, Nicki Minaj with a critical Overwatch shot here. Nicki delivering some fine performance. I'm telling you what, little Nicki Minaj has been spot fucking on this entire mission. This is no good, boy. No good at all. Alright, so we have a very powerful Mechtoid unit coming up. Muton, who's keeping him company. This... Oh, shit, is that a Sectoid commander? It is, in fact. Fortunately for us, Hugh Jackman is on the ball with some spot-on Overwatch. Only got the one shot, though. Would have liked you to have another crack at that, gentleman. Now, we're in an interesting pickle here. And the reason for the interesting part of this pickle is we have Catherine Zeta-Jones in a position where she could just disable that Mechtoid. The problem with that is we would expose her to, well, frankly, some unfortunate Overwatch. And in addition to that, she's gonna be exposed to a lot of enemy fire. More than I'm really comfortable with having her exposed to, in perfect honesty as well. Nicki Minaj has some fine shots. I think we can probably do much better with Nicki if we just adjust her position a little bit. Well, perhaps much better was a bit of an overstatement. We can do slightly better. Let's see if Nicki can crack this guy. There is a better than even chance that with her holo targeting, or rather, with her heat ammo, we could have gotten a kill there. We patently did not get a kill there, so, you know, there's that. We also have a lot of Seekers here who, honestly, are causing more than a little trouble. Kathy, you don't have... You have those combat specialists, but you don't have anything that allows you to shoot twice. Alright. So, well, you have heat ammo, though, don't you? Kathy does have heat ammo, and we could minimize some of the incoming fire on Kathy by simply having her fall back. I don't think... Yeah, she's not going to be able to hit him from there, though. We can't really do a whole lot with Kathy without cutting down her firing angles by a fairly significant portion. So I think... Are we going to be able to kill that guy? We need to see what abilities this guy has. He has Hardened, which makes him immune to criticals. That's not really a big deal. Oh, he's actually not that tough when it comes to... As far as Mechtoids go, this guy is kind of a jump. I say we just have Kathy take the shot. 14 damage. That is respectable output from little Kathy Z. And we've got a bit of an opportunity here. Huge Axeman, what do you got on this... Not as good as we'd like, but plenty good enough. Hugh Jackman delivers with a clutch kill. That was big, Huge. It was huge, in fact, Huge. Nicely done, sir. I'm very glad that we remembered to bring you on the mission. I really would like Jaden Smith to go last in this position. I really very much would. So let's see if we can get some nice grenade work here. Jesse James is really going to have to thread the needle with this one. And it looks... Oh, man. Jesse James, your pinpoint accuracy is fucking remarkable, sir. This is really a brilliant shot. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. So you can intimidate Jay. You can intimidate him all you want. It's not going to make a difference, Mr. Muton. None of our troopers give a good, sweet goddamn about you at all. Not in any way, shape, or form. I have to assume that Sir Sidney is going to be able to kill this guy. He's going to take some Overwatch, of course, but Sir Sidney, armed with lightning reflexes, does not fear the Overwatch. He also doesn't fear the Reaper, because he's a huge Blue Oyster Cult fan. And I think we're probably... Oh, come on, this should have been a dine and dash, Sir Sidney. That should have been a kill, my friend. That really needed to be a death blow. Alright, then. Alright, we're going to have to get tricky. So Jaden Smith is going to finish this guy off. Doink. Alright, that's a dead Muton. So we got that taken care of. Now, Sir Sidney is probably going to have to stick and move here. Let's see what Jaden's other hit percentages are like and his kill potential. Also, that did not trigger in the zone. Why did that not trigger in the zone? I can't help but wonder why that... Alright, so it didn't trigger in the zone, and alternatively, we cannot have Sir Sidney move and fire. This is lovely. So Sir Sidney's got to fall back. He has no choice. That does leave us with Tiger Woods, and I think we're going to have to try and make LT Gray sort of the attractive target here. He's going to have to make himself the attractive nuisance and try and lure in some firepower, particularly... He's going to have to try and lure in some shots from our friendly neighborhood Thin Man, who is out there using his squad side ability to good effect. What's our... You know, I think this guy is probably the biggest danger, in all honesty. So let's take this shot. If Tiger can hit, this should get a kill. Tiger, of course, then subsequently missed because he's a worthless piece of dog shit. Just throwing that out there, Tiger. You, dog shit. The same thing. You are worthless. So it's up to a miracle shot from Chris the Surgeon Brown. Holy shit! Alright, Tiger Woods, pay attention, sir. You just noted what happened there, did you not? Yeah, outperformed by Chris the Surgeon Brown, a guy we barely take on missions anymore because of his generalized shittiness. And I have a feeling you're about to get torn wide the fuck open. Oh, that's going to be Jaden Smith. Wow, that's the stupidest Thin Man of all time. He probably could have engineered the death of Jaden Smith there. Instead, he actually made it more difficult for his allies to do their job. And once again, somebody really... That guy needs some help. Medical attention, please, to the Seeker who's having a seizure. That's a grand mal, guys. That's nothing to... I mean, you know, that's not a small thing. You can't just let that go unattended. That guy needs help. It's really sort of cruel for you to just stand there and watch. And legitimately, that's kind of mean, guys. Not cool, bros. Not cool. Alright, Tiger, can you perhaps do... Ugh. You know what? At this point, Tiger, I can't really trust you enough to not use a proximity mine on this Thin Man. I really don't like what this is doing to Jesse James's grenade supply, because he doesn't have nearly as many as you do, and he's running a little bit low, but we're gonna have to throw another one in all likelihood. Nikki Crater Minaj has some shots here. I'm gonna take the 176% chance because I feel that's 260. No, you know what? 261s is better. Screw ammo conservation. Saving bullets is for chumps and tactically smart people who are not me. Alright, Jesse. Let's see what we can get out of you then. Where you at? Alright, there you are. You got 4 grenades left in the sack, huh? Alright, well, we're gonna have to take a big risk with you then and leave you sort of out in the open, but we've got to have this detonated, and you are the only game in town, Jesse, so if you would be so kind, sir.
Fastball special.
It is indeed a fastball special. 15 damage, sir, is acceptable. Nicely done. The one guy who has yet to let us down in this mission, I have to say, Jesse James, has been a top performer for us. Top performer. Tiger, can you maybe, oh, that's right, we already used you. Never mind, Tiger. Forget that I said anything. You have already done your job, sir. Could probably get a kill with a run and gun. Don't really like the position that would leave Sir Sidney in, however. He's going to be very dangerously exposed. Kathy Z. It's going to have to be good enough, Kathy. Stop disappointing us. Or, you know, continue your campaign of disappointment uninterrupted. That would also be acceptable. Wow, Jaden Smith, you have a terrible chance to hit that guy from where you're at, don't you? Alright, so this is... what's the word I'm looking for? Terrible. Terrible is the word I'm looking for. This is terrible. We could run and gun. That's gonna... if we do that, it forces it... yeah, you know what, Jaden? How far can you move? It's going to be all about Jaden Smith this turn. Not really that far.
On my way.
Alright. Well, that gave him a flank shot. You know what? With 77... there we go. That's going to give him enough that the flush shot can't miss. So we have the dangerous man killed. Wait, you can see another target? Oh, just that guy. He's not going to hit anything. We're... you know what? Actually, let's make sure he doesn't hit anything. There is no reason to take any sort of chance here. Jaden Smith... use your mad mind crazy powers and make that bastard stay put. That's a fine use of Jaden's ability. Jaden finally, by the way, learned to master his fear and instill it in his foes. We were hoping to get him to do a little bit of that for us last mission, but instead, he wet him. And I mean, he peed himself, is what I'm getting at when I say he wet him, because he encountered the enemy. Things went not necessarily 100% as awesome as we would have liked, and Jaden had a little bit of panic incident. Clearly not mastering his fear the way Cypher Rage would have wanted him to. Fortunately, Sir Sidney has... I was going to say 100% chance to kill this guy, but yeah, we shouldn't have doubted Sir Sidney. He's a solid trooper for us. He's going to get that kind of stuff done on a pretty routine basis. That's a routine job. Huge. We need you on Overwatch covering our bunghole, in all honesty. We've got a bit exposed in the rear. So we have a panic muton. Alright, why are we focused? Hugh, are your Wolverine senses tingling? Sniff the air for me and let me know if somebody isn't who they appear to be. Is Mystique trying to masquerade as one of our units again? Because if she is, I mean, you're our hard counter to that. Jaden Smith's going to fall back and reload, and also he's going to get healed. Because kind of desperately needs to be healed. So we're going to patch him up. We have 4 medkits remaining. This will fully top off Jaden. He only took 4 damage, which is not even actual damage for Jaden. That's all on the armor. But I don't really see any compelling reason to gamble with Jaden's life. Where is that muton? He's like over here hunkered down somewhere, right? He's got to be right there because I can't stand in that tile. So do we want to try and slip Sir... you know, that seems really dangerous. I was thinking about whether or not we'd like to try and have Sir Sidney sort of slip up on him. But if either one of these 2 little sections has a pod in it, that would be pretty damn bad for us. I think instead, we can just have Catherine Zeta-Jones walk up and blow his face off of his head. That would work too, and it did in fact work. Nicely done, Kathy Z. Yeah, well, it's about time you contributed something. You spent the last 2 turns sort of dicking around, and honestly, we wondered... for a moment, we were wondering why we bothered to bring you on the mission, but that performance right there, the gentle reminder that we needed, why we bring you, Kathy Z. Because you put bullets in aliens, that's why. So Nicki Minaj also could benefit from a little bit of reloading here. Just making sure and try and get as many guys as I can into the distortion field. Take advantage of that. We're going to have the old Cougar just go ahead and crack a reload. And Hugh Jacksman, same thing. Keep the Wolverine senses tingling, Hugh, and remain on Overwatch.
I don't think we're alone out here.
Yeah, clearly there are more mutons than we suspected initially on this mission. That's a bit of a problem. I can't tell. I'm to the point now where I can't really tell the difference between a sectopod and a mutant, or rather a sectopod and a mectoid stomping. They're beginning to sound very similar to me. So Kathy Z, you know, we're gonna come at this pretty conservatively. We can use you to explore a bit because you do still need to reload. So that'll give us an opportunity to do that. Can you perhaps leapfrog forward? You can. Let's have you do that. Alright, you can see you have a flank shot at a mutant. Alright, well, I see no reason to not rapid fire here and just try and maximize our kill potential. Or you could just critical him in the face and erase him from the planet. Also good, Hugh. I mean, I don't want to, you know, tell you how to do your job, sir. You're the professional. I'm just the guy who gives the orders. I mean, you're the guy who's got to carry him out. So whatever you think is best, Hugh, I defer to your judgment. So this is going to be an opportunity then to advance. We're just going to creep forward along the side here. Cougar, LT Gray, take a little bit of forward motion for us there, if you would, sir. And you could probably just go ahead and go on Overwatch. That'll be fine. Sir Sydney, I'm going to use you as a bit of an exploratory trooper here. You do have the lightning reflexes and the crazy, crazy speed. Yeah, I was expecting that. Alright, so what have we got? Sectoid commanders, 2 of them. Outsiders, 2 of them. No, wait. More of them. More than 2. We have 1 sectoid commander, and it looks like 3 outsiders. Alright, so that's... It's a bit of a problem, but not a huge one. Let's just have Sir Sydney take a little step back here. Oh, they could run through on him. That's a bad idea. You know what, Sir Sydney? Why don't you jump back down this ladder, buddy?
All over it.
Let's not take a chance because, in all frankness, we cannot, Sir Sydney, afford to have you getting mind controlled. That would be a bad, bad, bad thing. You are a dangerous, dangerous man, Sir Sydney. And having you in the grips of the enemy true nuts would be pretty much all of the shittiness packed into one very small place. So let's try and avoid that. Here comes the outsiders, and they would have indeed come up and taken out Sir Sydney into Pooper. Fortunately, we anticipated their Pooper maneuver. They are noted backdoor bandits, and we're just not going to let them get away with that shit. Here's a Tiger Woods Overwatch shot that I have to assume is going to miss by a country mile. Eh, not a country mile, more like a country meter, I guess. It was a fucking miss, though. There's no debating that.
Moving around the side. Ah!
Fuck me. Alright, so Jesse James is very nearly dead. Who are you shooting at? Catherine Zeta-Jones? Alright, Kathy Z can handle 4. That's not really that much of a problem. So, once again, we find another trooper getting his shit cracked wide the fuck open. And that trooper is, in fact, Jesse James. That is most unfortunate. Alright, LT Gray, we're going to need you in a little bit of a forward position for us, sir. We've got, well, you know, we can't... I was going to say we've got some grenade work that needs done, but the problem is we can't really afford to dedicate you to doing the grenade work. We've got bigger fish to fry, so we're going to have to come at this grenade work from a little bit of a different standpoint. And by that I mean destroy this son of a bitch's cover so that the rest of the team can blow him into itty-bitty, teeny-tiny, polka-dot bikini-sized chunks. Hugh Jacksman has a shot from where he's at, and you know what? We're going to take him. Huge. A miss. We may revisit you in a moment, Huge, because you're likely going to be on Overwatch for us for maybe a follow-up assault. Laser, what do you got here? 77. That's reasonable. Let's see what the rest of the team could come up with. Jesse James, really, we would like very much to fall back. I don't suppose Nicki Minaj is going to have a shot. She does not. Alright, that's not unexpected. Sir Sydney could probably kill that guy. My only concern is that Sir Sydney might pop another pod as he runs past. And also, he's going to be in a somewhat vulnerable position by the time he's finished as well. Jaden Smith can't really get us much. Well, that's not true. Actually, Jaden Smith he's got an opportunity. Alright, so Kathy Z hasn't moved yet. Let's go ahead and take a little bit of a move here with Kathy Z, because I want Jaden Smith in her position. So Kathy Z's going to step up, close ranks, give herself a little bit better chance to hit this gentleman. Take the shot. 6 damage right in his skull. That's good. Good. Well, it's not great, but it's good enough. Mostly because it's going to afford Jaden Smith an opportunity to do a little bit of trickery. It's side panic time. Yeah, we didn't forget it was in the arsenal. We're going to whip it out. And I'm not talking about our dongs, although, you know, we may whip those out too once this mission is over. Maybe slap the enemy around with them a little. It's no worse than they deserve. It's really not.
I'm all over it.
So, Jesse, you gotta fall back, buddy. And we gotta have Chris the Surgeon Brown use one of our remaining medkits to patch your ass up.
You'll be fine.
You know, fine may be overselling it there. Little bit, sir. He took, that was a pretty brutal shot that he took right to the fucking face, no less. It was a hard blow.
Kill.
Very, very concerned that this is going to pop another pod. You know what? We almost can't even take the risk. I think we're better off having, yeah, this is actually a better move. We still had to run and gun and do that because I foolishly blocked off the ladder with Catherine Zeta-Jones. Should have had her one tile further back, but them's the breaks. Only 80%, but if it hits, it is a kill. So, of course, Sir Sidney missed. Fantastically done, Sids. Real proud of you, bud. Real proud of you. Jesse, what do you got? So, you know, we should have had you probably shoot first since you have a 75% chance to hit and hollow targeting. Yeah, see, we probably should have had you take the first shot, because had we had you take the first shot, that guy'd just be fucking dead. What can you see? You have a 1% chance to hit the panic guy. Actually, a very good chance to hit our friend in the back there. You know what? We're taking 2 46%ers here, Nikki. Looks like, I'm not entirely sure how that works per se, but, okay. That's fine. 2 41%ers. It's not going to get a kill. We also can't really afford to have Huge Axeman exposed.
Okay.
Just in the event that the enemy should try a little bit of mind control. Huge, also a very, very dangerous man. Far too dangerous to have in the hands of the enemies. Some of our troopers are, you know, they're classified as lethal weapons, despite the fact that they carry lethal weapons, which sort of seems like it would be, you know, and actually Mel Gibson was fucking in Lethal Weapon, so it stands to, oh shit.
The damage is superficial.
You know, you keep saying superficial damage, not really a problem, blah, 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 but I can't help but feel that you're getting pretty roughly treated there, my friend.
Heading out.
Nikki, could you perhaps hit this gentleman this time? Not the panicked guy. Wow, you have a terrible shot. Jaden Smith could run in and do a little bit of shotgun surgery if we need it, and I think at this point we're probably going to need that shotgun surgery. Let's have Huge Axeman take... He should have a flank shot here, right? Yeah, 2 of them, in fact. So go ahead and, if you would, Huge, perhaps end this gentleman's life. 9 damage critical is a fine start, and a 10 damage critical is an even better follow-up. So nicely done. Very pleased with what you're bringing to the table there. So about that shotgun surgery, let's make that happen. This guy is panicked, so he can't really do fuck all to us. I mean, he's got nothing. But there is a sectoid over here that is still a bit of a problem. I think our shotgun surgery might be better accomplished with Sir Sidney, in all honesty. Yeah, Sir Sidney's going to have 2 times opportunities for a little bit of shotgun dissection. Of course, the shotgun, not the most effective weapon in the universe for dissecting an alien, but it will get the fucking job done. It will indeed. And it certainly did there. Nikki, get your ass on Overwatch.
Commander.
The one thing I can say about you, Nikki, this mission, your Overwatch, my dear, has been fucking amazing. Really, top-notch Overwatching, I have to say.
Got it.
Speaking of which, Kathy Z, why don't you do a little Overwatching of your own? Jaden, I think we're probably going to need you up in this region. So if you would, sir, be so kind as to leapfrog forward. Perhaps employ a little bit of Overwatch. Tool pusher, let's not go crazy, but we do want to keep you in a grenade position. You're down only 2 health, which honestly is probably a surmountable total. You can probably still take a hit with 15 and not die. I mean, the critical that you took earlier was only 12, and you were flanked when that happened, so you should be probably alright. Not sure where these gentlemen came from.
Positive enemy contact.
Chris Brown with a surprising Overwatch connect. Nicki Minaj with a surprising Overwatch miss. She normally is a better shot than that, Nikki. Oh, that's okay. Nikki's going to shoot again. Also wide. Wow, Nikki. What happened there?
They're moving
Watch
around
the
the
flank.
side.
You're falling apart at a critical... Oh, there's our little
They're moving to
sectoid
flank
friend.
me.
I see that little sneaky bastard. Alright. So we're in a bit of a pickle. Surrounded on 2 sides. Nikki Crater Minaj is going to have to...
Aye, aye, Commander.
Gonna have to bring the hurt for us here, Nikki. We kind of need these to hit, my dear. What do you say? There you go. That's a fine kill.
Got 'em.
Nicely done, Nikki. Nicely done. So, El Tigre... You know, I'm actually feeling more inclined to perhaps partake of a bit more shotgun surgery with our friendly neighborhood Sir Sidney Portier. So let's just, shit. That's a mechtoid.
Watch the flanks.
Alright, we have a problem. Is the mechtoid going to be fast enough to get up here and dick over Sir Sidney? I think the answer to that question is yes, but we still have an opportunity for a wee bit of shotgun surgery. And by a wee bit, I mean most of a shotgun surgery. Also, Sir Sidney was never going to be able to hang out in this case anyway because he is mostly out of ammunition. So we do need to do a little bit of position jockeying here. We've got Jaden in a somewhat undesirable location. Kathy, what do you got? Not good enough, Kathy. Not good enough. We could... Tiger, you got a grenade, right? He does. Okay, here's what we're going to do then. Nothing fancy, nothing tricky, nothing dangerous. We're just going to go some solid baseline XCOMing here and hope for the best. First off, we need a little additional support back here, Huge. If you could, sir, why don't you head over that way so you can lend a little bit of firepower to the beleaguered troopers that are back in that neighborhood. Kathy Z, I think your probably really best bet is to fall back and help us engage these Seekers back here with a little bit of your Overwatch. So we're going to pull Kathy back where she can cover both ends of the spectrum. Jaden, we'd like to have you do a little bit of slip and slide there. Why don't you throw a mine... Okay, it can't work. Alright, well, no real reason to waste the cooldown if it literally can't succeed. So, El Tigre,
I'm on it, Commander.
take a step there, and we are going to deploy your final grenade, sir. Sorry. Oh, wait, well, before you do that, please give us an opportunity to get Sir Sidney Portier to safety. I would prefer you not explode him with a fucking grenade. I know your game's been off a little bit, Tiger, lately, but that's the kind of mistake that should be well back and relegated to your rookie days on the tour. That's not the kind of thing you can do when you're potentially starting to play on a seniors tour. When you've been around that long, sir, it's, you know, got to step up the game a bit. Good kill, though. Full credit there. Full marks. Full marks on the kill. Tool pusher. I think Overwatch, we're oh, man, see, this is a problem. We've got the Surgeon in not a fantastic position here, and I really don't want to take any risks at all with the Surgeon. He's the one unit I am least likely to take any sort of formal risk with. So, we could throw a smoker here, and that wouldn't necessarily be a terrible idea. You know what? I think that's probably our best bet. Let's smoke up our vulnerable troopers. These Seekers, if they come up behind us, we want to give them as much trouble as we can in the hit department. Of course, it's also going to lower our Overwatch chances somewhat slightly, but let's face it, they weren't good to begin with, so it's not a situation where I feel we've really harmed ourselves. I mean, it's not like we took a razor blade and started slicing the inside of our thighs up under our skirt where Daddy's pretty clothing hides the marks. This is a bit of a problem, however. That guy is fully shielded, and as such is going to be a very, very hardened target, yeah. So we got 1 damage out of a plasma carbine. That is not enough. Jaden Smith, I think, got... You know, Jaden actually got some through. Not as much as we necessarily would have liked or hoped, but he did get some... he got, like, 1 through. Never mind. This guy is going to be a real bear.
Need to find some new cover.
There are 2. Well, that's just lovely. I'm not sure how we have somebody who's flanked here. How is Sir Sidney possibly flanked? And Sir Sidney has panicked. Well, that's just delightful. That's okay, Sir Sidney. Oh, fuck, it's a thin man! Well, somebody's getting shot. Thin men don't miss. Is that Jesse James again? Yep, it sure was. Wow, we're in an absolutely awful position here. Absolutely awful. I can't believe that shot missed. Wow, this has gone from not good to absolute and total clusterfuck in the span of a heartbeat. So we've got pod collapse happening here. This is what all of this bullshit is. This is all pod collapse. We triggered the command pod, and now everything is just storming straight up at us. Sir Sidney is... I honestly have no idea how we're going to possibly save Sir Sidney. I'm not sure it's even possible. Unless Jaden Smith can get a panic on this mechtoid, Sir Sidney is probably dead. Fortunately, the panic cannot fail Oh, Jaden Smith, I am so glad we waited the 6 hours to bring you on this mission. I always fucking forget. I always forget that those guys get reactive sensors when you use psychic powers on them. I'm never going to remember it. I'm not. And once again, god damn, Jesse James is in a very bad way. On the plus side, these guys have clustered up for us. So we've got that going for us. We have more guys coming in, potentially on Overwatch. We're going to have to take a bit of a risk here with Huge Axeman. I don't like this move at all, but it's the only game in town because we've got to have Jesse James get to some cover. Now, bear in mind, we do have another Mechtoid coming around this corner on us, too. I mean, we can't really forget that. Also, this means we cannot leave Nicki Minaj in her current position. Nicki has got to move. We're going to shift with the Nick. She's still flanked, of course, but we have a solution for the flank. We're going to use one of Jesse's remaining 3 grenades. We're going to... Oh, he's not going to be able to hit the Seekers, are you, Jesse? Is there any combination of explosive that allows you to hit one of those Seekers? Any yes. There, hits them. Well, throw it. We need good damage here, Jesse. We really do. You know what? That was probably just enough, bud. Nicely done. Nicely done. Chris the Surgeon Brown is likely going to need to move here. We could do some very interesting stuff with Catherine Zeta-Jones. We really could. We could also do some very interesting stuff with a proximity mine, and I think that's definitely the smarter play. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We've got to try and defend Sir Sidney until he recovers from his bullshit fucking panic. Huge, I want you to shoot this guy in the back and kill him. Thank you. The acid cloud I would be more annoyed with. Most of our troopers weren't immune to it. I would be probably quite upset. Nikki, we're going to need you to kill one of these guys. It's got to happen. 90%. Good enough, says Nicki Minaj. Wow, it was more than good enough, Nikki. That was actually pretty impressive shooting. We need you to move. We also need you to be able to see that Seeker, though. So, what's our line? You know, he should be able to see him from this position. It's going to be real salty if he doesn't have line of sight from there. Okay. Well, damn. 63% may not be good enough. Of course it's not good enough. It's Chris Brown. Chris Brown is never good enough. That just leaves us Catherine Zeta-Jones. I really wanted Kathy Z on Overwatch. I really, really wanted Catherine Zeta-Jones on Overwatch, but it just is not going to happen.
On the move.
Sorry, Kathy. We have other plans for you. 76% is also not good. Are you going to hit any of our friendly troopers if we do this? No. And it would be the only way... You know what? No. We don't need to guarantee a kill on a Seeker that badly. And we probably are going to need you to disable one of those Mechtoids in a moment. So we're just going to have to take the risk. Fortunately, Catherine Zeta-Jones delivered, and she delivered big. This guy's panicked. This guy should set off a proximity mine. There is no way he should know that is there. Can't help but to feel that his ability to avoid that is complete and total horseshit. So that guy's got to die. Not sure how we're going to accomplish that with his shield in effect while suppressed and possibly still panicked as well, like to point out. Sir Sidney, that panic, man, was really, really very much not cool. If you don't come out of the panic, you're dead. That's the end of it. Psy Panic, trying it on Jesse James. Not gonna work. Jesse James is not gonna fall for that shit. Also, considering the fact that Jesse James can't see you, I'm not entirely sure... Fuck. Catherine Zeta-Jones is not gonna be able to get there. I have every... Yeah, she can't get close enough. The best Kathy Z is going to be able to do is to get in there and give us one shot.
Heading to that location.
And we're going to have to do it. We may have to grenade. We may have to grenade one of our own troopers. It might be the only way to save him. This can't miss, and it should shred this guy pretty well. Well, it cracked his shield. Good goddamn, he has a lot of armor, though.
Almost dry.
A lot of armor. We could give him a huge aim penalty. Not that I feel that's overly useful, but it is a thing that we could do. Could take LT Gray. You know, LT Gray, can you see him from where you're at? No, you cannot. Shit. A double tap would have been enormously useful. Alright, let's see if there's any way we can possibly... Hugh Jackson's not going to be able to do much. Now, bear in mind, we still have... we actually can't leave Hugh there. There's still a Seeker back behind Hugh Jacksman. If we leave him there in that acid cloud, a critical could easily take him out. So Hugh's got a double move. That was a very poor move on my part. Very, very poor. How much damage can Jaden Smith... He can't even... How can Jaden Smith not see him from where he's at? That makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. On the plus side, that Mechtoid is still panicked for at least one more turn. Nikki, you can't be critical, so we need you to come around here. You don't have enough ammo to shoot him twice. Well, that really sucks. Odds are you wouldn't have hit twice anyway, so we're just going to have to take the one shot we can get. A 13 damage critical is all we got out of Nikki. That's a very serious problem. Who is yet to shoot? We got Jaden Smith, who's going to do like 2. We got Tiger Woods, who might do 5. We got Jesse James, who will do not enough. And Chris the Surgeon Brown could take a shot if we were willing to leave him standing out in the open. Which seems like, all things considered, a fucking terrible, terrible idea. Could bring Jaden over here. We could also mind fray him. Actually, the mind fray might not be a terrible, terrible idea. I mean, it's not a good idea by any stretch of the imagination, but it also might not be a terrible idea. Alternatively, we could go with the proximity mine, heat warheads, and we could kill him. The question is that would almost certainly... Well, the question is, would it doom Sir Sidney? And the answer to the question is, almost absolutely certainly would it doom Sir Sidney.
I'm on my way.
It would very, very likely kill him. And not necessarily with raw damage. Actually, I think Sir Sidney would have an outside chance of potentially surviving the damage. The thing that would kill him is he would be standing out in the open with no kind of cover at all. I don't think we're going to have enough damage to take this guy out. Also, how can you not see him from where the fuck you're standing, Jaden Smith? How is he invisible from there? How do we have to move him into a position where he's flanked? Alright, we want Jaden Smith to be the last man to shoot. In the very, very... This line of sight bullshit really starting to piss me off a lot. This unit is not visible from like 17 different fucking tiles. Alright, well, we actually wanted Jaden Smith to take the last shot, but it doesn't look like we're going to need Jaden Smith to take the last shot. I was hoping to trigger Jaden's in the zone ability, but we may be able to trigger it in a slightly different fashion by exploding this sectoid. You did not kill him, Jaden? You pathetic piece of shit. I can't decide whether I love Jaden Smith or whether I hate him. Most days I fucking hate him. Alright, so that's 10 damage. I think the sectoid set that off. Pretty sure he did. He's got no cover now because he just blew it up. I'm not sure what the hell that guy's hoping to achieve. Our Mechtoid friend is still panicked. This guy's coming back. I have to assume he's going to try and take a poke at Jaden Smith. He's going to try and panic Jaden Smith. Didn't work. That was probably a mind fray. We could mind fray him right back. This mission is proven much more difficult than I'm comfortable with. It really is. This guy is no longer shielded. He is slowly repairing himself, however, and that is a very significant problem. We also still have one Seeker who is lurking in the wings somewhere. We got to start putting damage on this guy. Sir Sidney's out of ammo, so he's probably not the guy to put damage on him since he's not even going to get a shot. Nicki Minaj also out of ammo.
I'm rolling.
Alright then, so Nikki's going to have to move and reload. Wow, this is not great. Yeah, LT Gray, buddy, we're going to need you to double tap this guy. We got to get something started on him. You did 3 fucking damage, LT Gray. We needed more than 3. We really, really needed more than 3. We have a very, very major problem. Alright. So Jaden Smith is still in an absolutely horrible spot. Catherine Zeta-Jones, please tell me... Never mind. I'm not even sure why I asked you to tell me. Alright, so Kathy Z is going to have to come and do the dangerous work here. She's going to expose herself, probably take some Overwatch on the way, but it's just a sectoid, so I don't really give a shit. He missed, and really it would have probably spinged straight off of Kathy's armor either way. So we're going to make use of our Electropulse. This big bastard, there's nothing we can do, so we got to disable him. And we would be doing this even if we had to EMP our own fucking troopers to get it done. 10 damage is fine. Jaden, if you could fucking finish this little prick off, that'd be real nice. You know what? Oh, well, never mind. You've been mind frayed, so that's why you can't hit anything or mind fray him back. Also, I can't help but notice that your flush shot, you don't have enough ammo for some reason, but you have lock and load, so do that. Then take the flush shot.
Flushing him out.
Thanks for killing him this time. Punk. This guy can't do anything. Alright, so we're going to stand in total safety and we're going to get a kill here. Yes, I am throwing a grenade at one sectoid. I'm fully aware that this is a bad use of company resources, and I'm doing it anyway. I want him dead. And now he's dead, and I'm fucking happy. So, why don't you take a step out here, Surgeon, and you can go on Overwatch, since our Mechtoid friend won't be doing a single good goddamn thing. You Jaxman reload, you can go on Overwatch, because there is still a Seeker back there somewhere that we've got to keep an eye out for. How did he shoot? I fucking disabled him with an EMP. That guy was disabled with an EMP. Everybody saw it. Everybody saw me disable that guy with an EMP. And now he's fucking shooting anyway.
Requesting immediate assistance.
Horse shit, XCOM. Fucking horse shit. This is the kind of stuff that really gets my salt levels in a very unhealthy place. That is absolute fucking nonsense. Jaden Smith, please be in full cover and panic that guy again. Yes, you're going to have to take the reactive sensors fire. That's okay, though, because you're you and you have lightning reflexes. So get this shot out of the way, and apparently our disabling didn't work for whatever fucking reason. I'm going to assume it's just some manner of bug wherein if you're panicked, which probably counts as the same kind of... It's probably exactly the same penalty as being disabled, and when the panic wore off, it also said, oh, well, panic is gone, and then it also cleared his disabling. Which is just bad game design, really. It should not work that way. It simply should not, but
That's affirmative.
them's the breaks, and now we have a very badly wounded Tiger Woods. I think we can probably patch Tiger up. No more reactive sensors fire out of this guy, however, so Nicki Minaj is going to tear him to shit apart. And she did, in fact, tear him right the shit apart. We do have a overwatching sectoid back there. I have to assume that Catherine Zeta-Jones can handle that. Kathy, please. Please, just end this farcical nonsense. Take him down. If you can't kill this guy, I may consider firing you. You know what? No. We brought the fire. I'm going to use the fire. That's a dead sectoid. Congratulations, Kathy. You had to use a flamethrower to kill a single sectoid. I'm very proud of you today. So it's Overwatch then for the Bobsey twins back here, or it would be if we didn't desperately need Chris Brown's services elsewhere. So Chris Brown, if you would, please go elsewhere. Your services are required, sir. You've got to bring them to bear. Sir Sidney? Brilliantly done with the panic, by the way, Sir Sidney. I gotta tell you what, that shit is going in your fucking permanent record, sir. You are no longer trustworthy for top-level missions. Your clearance has been revoked, sir. You simply can no longer be trusted. I'm sorry. I mean, you're one of our ace team. You're one of the guys that got us here, but that's twice now you failed us in a pretty damn critical position, and as such, you can't be trusted. There's a very dead Seeker. That may be end of mission.
Excellent work.
Yep, it was in fact end
All
of mission.
objectives complete.
Wow, that one was a fucking nail-biter, folks. That was pretty damn tense, I have to say. There were a couple of times there where I sincerely thought we had some folks who were going to be very, very dead. Fortunately, trust in the armor, turtle power, our shells held out. Like the Ninja Turtles, they were impenetrable enough to keep everybody... I'm not going to say safe, because we're going to have like 3 people who are in the hospital after this mission, but they kept them from being dead, so, you know, I suppose safe for certain values of safe. Still, Aliens 0, XCOM 1, and we did turn that into as big of a bloodbath as I predicted. Unfortunately, some of the high-pressure arterial spray came from our own troopers. Only Jesse James got wounded, huh? I'm quite shocked by that, actually. That's very strange. Jaden Smith just can't seem to break that 3-to-1 barrier. I mean, Sir Sidney is almost there, but Jaden just can't seem to get over the hump. Hugh Jaxman also very much just can't quite seem to get over the hump. Still, fantastic work, everyone. Pretty well pleased. We did capture a Muton, and that's a big fucking deal for us. That's, I think, our second alien heavy weapon, which means we can, in addition to going to the gray market and selling off all the fucking extraneous garbage that these missions bring in. Seriously, I'm starting to feel a lot like a hoarder up in here. We have 81 drone wrecks. What in the name of Christ are we ever going to do with 81 drone wrecks? I mean, we have $2,731, so we don't need the cash. I mean, selling them is just going to irritate you and also irritate me by having to listen to this delightful little noise hundreds and hundreds of times. We have 1,000 alloys, 1,000 weapon fragments, 248 Illyrium. We got everything we would ever need. But yet we continue to hoard this stuff. I mean, seriously, I think...
time. Everyone's getting a little thin.
What the fuck are you talking about, Bradford? I hate you so much. Anyway, as I was saying, though, we are continually just stacking this stuff up, and I'm beginning to wonder
I've already put the new recruits to work
if maybe a little mental health issue hasn't perhaps reared its ugly head here. We may have a situation where professional intervention is required. I mean, I don't want to see the barracks filled with boxes and stacks of weapon fragments, and then, you know, just a big fucking filthy pile of old Illyrium and busted alien stasis tanks filling up the commissary, and then, you know, we got unsanitary eating conditions, and there are fire hazards, and then there are issues of code violations, and it just snowballs out of control. I think maybe we need to do a little bit of spring cleaning in our own barracks, guys. Anyway, I think we'll put that on the slate for perhaps our next mission where we start mopping some stuff up. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Your support really does mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more daily XCOM, consider subscribing as well. We'll see you again soon.